everybody. Well, I'm back again, and you know, with everything that's going on and all that, I haven't really had a chance to make that many videos. But I figured I'd make a video about this because this is something sort of important. I don't know about you, but there's been a lot of hoopla. I've heard a lot of hoopla about September 23rd, you know, and I don't think anything major is going to happen, but what's going on is some people are saying due to planetary alignments and blah blah blah. I don't go blah blah blah. But anyways, there's also an asteroid coming by, and I'm not saying that any of this is going to affect us or anything like that, but I have noticed when asteroids, comets and stuff come into our area, the sun does shoot a lot of solar flares at it, you know, or EMPs or, you know, whatever you want. So we got to be careful of solar flares. So we should all be cautious of solar flares. There was an event back in the 1800s when they had telegraph lines up. It was called the Kerrigan event. You can look it up online if you actually want to. But basically what happened was the only electric we had at the time was the electric running through the telegraph poles. And the sun shot off a big solar flare, and when it did that, it literally fried the telephone lines, caught freaking telegraph stations on fire, all sorts of crazy stuff, as you can see. So, figuring, well, you know, there's certain things that I would really like to have if the power goes out. One of them being, you know, cell phone. Now you say, well, why do you want a cell phone if the power's going to go out? No, it won't work. Well, your cell phone tower, how these work is they don't go to satellites, they go to cell phone towers, which we all know. The cell phone tower will go down. And there's a great movie out by National Geographic. It's called American Blackout. I highly suggest you watch it, just to give you an idea. The time frame's totally foobarred, but overall, it gives you an idea of do's, don't do's, stuff like that. But it's nice to have a cell phone with you because when the power goes down, you're going to lose reception. Also, and you say, well, why is that a good thing? Well, because when the power comes back on, you'll get reception back. So it's like, hey, I know the power's back on. I can get out of wherever I was hiding. Also, it's good for taking pictures and video. The other thing that I would really like to be able to use if the power goes out is my Mavic. Now you say, well, why do you want to use your Mavic if the power goes out? Well, from a strategic military point of view, the most dangerous thing is when you go out scouting. When you go out and start moving, you always want to know what's ahead of you. So you send this little sucker up and send them to where you're going to go. Or, you know, whatever. So, you know what's ahead of you and you don't actually put yourself in danger. You're putting the quadcopter in danger. So, all that being said, we were looking around and there's a product on that American Blackout. It was a little Red Cross cell phone charger. And it's like, yeah, that'd be good. I'll get my cell phone. And, you know, it's good to take video and pictures. And, you know, now, we ordered this sucker Tuesday. And it got to us Thursday. So Alex Jones is on top of things when it comes to shipping. I mean, that's the whole way from Austin, Texas that came from. So the thing is, the pocket socket. Now, what you get is this little box here. Open this sucker up. Then you get this thing here. This is actually your pocket socket. Alright? Take this part here. Then you flip the handle like this, and it's got a socket. Now, according to this, it says it can turn on lights, spare batteries, audio, cameras, smartphones, radios, videos, and it shows a little video camcorder, phones and gaming and tablets. So, you know, well, heck, that works. You know, freaking be able to run all this stuff. So, the one from the American Blackout, that was $10. This is $60. So, what you do is you plug your device in here and you start charging it. That's how it works. So what I got is I got the controller, okay, and I'm going to time how long it takes to charge the controller for my Mavic. Now I'm doing this one at a time. My cell phone, and then a Mavic battery. So what I'll do is I'll put a link, a little time up when I start of what time it is, and then I ain't promising I'm going to charge these suckers fully. This guy's at 57%. I know that, as you can tell through the thing. My controller's at 47, and my cell phone is at 87. So what I'm going to start with is this little guy here. I'm going to plug him in, and see, you just plug it in there. See, a little light comes on it. It's got to have a capacitor in it because it stores some power. And then I'm going to plug it into my charger. Now, Alex, you know these things are nice to have. You got one yourself. So let's see what it'll do. This is basically a good way of starting it off. So, just so you can see here, we got our little thing here, and once we get cranking, see it come on? So there we go. So I'm going to start, and the time is 5:57. I'm going to crank this sucker until it's 100% charged, or my arm's about to fall off. One of the two. So, I've been cranking on that sucker for a half hour now. Now, as you noticed, I posted a little video, I showed a little thing of the device charging. Now, as you noticed, whenever I was charging it, it kept blinking on and off. Right now, I have this thing plugged into the wall. It's staying solid. So one thing I'm noticing is that it keeps on putting out bursts of power. It doesn't give a constant power. I charged this for a half hour, and it only went up 0.5%. Because it went up to 47, then it popped at 48, and then it went back down to 47, then it popped at 48, and by the time I got done cranking for a half hour, it was at 48. So it does give you power, but it's not a constant power. So, but that's a Mavic. I don't know if it's designed to do the Mavic because of the fact that it says here, you know, doesn't say Mavic on the package yet, but it says lights, it says cell phones, and if you look on the package, it shows you a cell phone being charged there. So, let's give it a crank and see what happens a half hour later with the cell phone. So let's check this out here real quick before I get started. We're at 86%, okay? So, on with the test. So, got our USB charger, plug it in there. Where's my line, eh? Got our line, plug it in there. And there we go, hooked up to the phone. I don't know if you can see the phone or not. So let me move the camera here so you can see the phone. There's our phone. Eat a fern. Okay. Let's give her a crank. Oh, can you hear it? Keeps on acting like it's getting power and stopping. So I'm going to give this a crank for a half hour. And we'll see. 10:33, eh? Well, we're 2 minutes shy when I started. And we're at 85%. That didn't work. So, while I'm sitting here cranking and fanking and farting and smarting, Jenny figured she'd look it up. And most cell phones run on 12 watts of power. Well, this thing gives 10 watts of power. So, we found an old cell phone here. I'm going to try to figure out how to open it. Holy bat poo map, man. Well, dang thing don't want to open. So I guess you don't get to done charge your phone, do you? Here, woman.
What?
Open your damn cell phone charger. Alright. Figure it's her cell phone, she'll know how to do it. Now this sucker is at 1 bar. Alright. So anyways, as I was saying, Jenny looked it up. People were complaining about it's not charging what the thing says they're going to charge. I'm going to put a link in this video, which is right here.
And as always, the pocket socket works with a very wide range of devices because it has a standard 120 volt socket, so you can plug in the charger from pretty much any portable electronics. Also work with light bulbs, the new iPad, Droid phone, and an iPhone.
So you figure, watching that video, that hey man, I could charge my houseboat. No. Not having luck with it. Now like I said, the controller went up 1/2 of thing. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to get charging on this old time phone. Uh-oh. I'm feeling a difference. Up there went loose again. But honestly, it's working. Here's your pocket socket. As far as does it work as advertised? Yes and no. Yes, it works because it charges this little dinky cell phone, which I guess is better than nothing. Man, my back is hurting. It really is. But would I recommend it for you? Hell no! I wouldn't recommend this. Now, it's not that it's a defaulty product, so that way I don't get sued. But the whole thing is you buy something like this, it's to power something like this. Because if you got the money for this, you got the money for this. Nobody with their Obama phone is going to be buying a pocket socket. You know what? because they're smart. They're going to come into your house, kick your butt, and take your battery. That's what they're going to do. But, so, as far as the pocket socket goes, major disappointment. Both me and Jenny are upset. Because it didn't do as it advertised. As just seen in the picture, it showed it powering a lamp. It showed them powering those computers. It showed it powering your cell phone. And they leave out the fine details. So technically it works. Technically it's not false advertising. I do not hold Alex responsible for this whatsoever. So don't look bad on the InfoWars crew. Like I said, the InfoWars crew had it here in 3 days. And if you've ordered anything through the mail, and we didn't pay no express shipping, it came 3 days. And that's usually what Alex's stuff comes. It comes within 3 to 5 days. You know, usually it's in with the 3 to 4 days. You know. So, what a disappointment. I can take a couple Advil. But, on the other side, the pocket socket make you big and buff. So, my arms are hurting, my backs are hurting, and my cell phones are hurting. So, talk to you later, man. I'll be back with more reviews on other stuff, so that way you don't waste your money. Because I'm the sucker. So, anyways, have a good day. I hope this helped you. If you're thinking about buying the pocket socket, you know what it involves. Again, it does work as advertised, but it doesn't work in modern day practical use. So, say, talk to you later.